and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anustha Acharya. The top stories first. Nomination of candidates for upper house election today. 12 political parties to compete for 19 vacant posts. Coalition partners agree to allocate seats for any election. Nepali Congress to get the maximum 3 seats. Nepal Rashtra Bank issues new directive for local levels, forbids from using reserve fund for trade and investment on import. Fire destroys parliament building in South Africa. Police arrest a man on charge of arson. And Wolves in Man United's unbeaten start on the Raf Ragnick. Moutinho scores the winner with 8 minutes to go. And now the news in detail. The Election Commission has completed all the preparations for registration of nomination papers of the candidates for 19 vacant posts of the National Assembly. The nomination of candidates for the upcoming election will be registered today from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. said Komal Dhamala, assistant spokesperson of the Commission. 12 political parties will participate in the election. An election official has already been appointed for the election and polling station and polling booths have been identified. There are 2,025 voters for the election, including members of the State Assembly and the Chief and Deputy Chief of the municipality. 7 candidates from women's quota, 3 from Dalit, 2 persons with disabilities and minorities, and 7 others will be elected from the election. The coalition party in the incumbent government have reached an agreement to allocate seats for the upcoming National Assembly election. A meeting of the coalition partners held at the Prime Minister's office residence in Balwatar yesterday took a decision to this effect. As per the agreement, a candidate from a party will file for a post in the upper house previously occupied by a representative of the same party. Out of the remaining seats, the NC will get 3, Janata Samajwadi Party, Nepal 2 and the CPN Maoist Center, the CPN Unified Socialist and Rashtriya Jana Morcha 1 each. The election that will elect 99 members is scheduled to be held on January 26 and the deadline for the nomination registration is today. Minister for Labour, Employment and Social Security Krishna Kumar Shrestha has said that the government will resolve the procedural hassle that has migrant workers face at the airport. Speaking with reporters during an inspection visit to Tribhuvan International Airport yesterday, Minister Shrestha said expressed sadness over a separate line set up for the migrant workers. According to the minister, the separate line insinuated that the laborers were treated like second-class citizens. He said that he realized that there were massive problems and would work to resolve them soon. The minister added that there were lots of other drawbacks and they would be amended gradually. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 291 new cases of coronavirus across the country. Following the latest round of tests, the total cases of coronavirus in the country have climbed to 829,277, while the number of active cases has dropped to 5,001. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, altogether 812,674 infected persons have recovered from the disease in the country. The death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 11,598 after the virus claimed 4 more lives yesterday. Nepal is currently among top 48 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The USA tops the list with over 57.01 million confirmed cases, followed by India with over 34.95 million cases. Coronavirus has infected more than 292.78 million people across the world and claimed over 5.46 million lives. And now the news from economic front. Nepal Rashtra Bank, the Central Bank of Nepal, has tightened its screw on the deposit of reserve fund of the local level, a report. Issuing a directive on Monday, NRB's Department of Banking placed an agreement disallowing commercial banks to invest from reserve fund of the local level on import and commercial purpose. According to the circular issued by the department's executive director Ram Bahadur Manandar, the commercial banks are allowed to mobilize 80% of the amount of local level reserve fund as savings but not to invest in trade and import. It may be noted that the Ministry of Finance had placed an arrangement allowing commercial banks to show up to 80% of the cash flow to local level as deposit some days ago. The central bank has issued a conditional circular for the execution of the arrangement put forth by the Ministry of Finance. In yet another circular issued yesterday, NRB's Department of Bank and Financial Institutions has directed the financial institutions willing to go for merger to submit a plan of action within July 15. The central bank has directed the institutions having cross-holding of shares over 10% of merger or acquisition process in order to rescue the number of microfinance institution. The arrangement will be applicable to the microfinance institutions set up by the commercial banks, development banks and financial companies as promoter shareholders. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. The fire that has already destroyed South Africa's main parliament chamber flared up again on Monday, about 36 hours after it started in the 130-year-old complex of historic buildings, authorities said. The Fire and Rescue Service confirmed that the fire at Parliament has flared up. A spokesperson for the city's fire services said on Monday afternoon that the void beneath the roof seating of the National Assembly is on fire. Al Jazeera's Zillian Wolf, reporting from Cape Town, said around 50 firefighters were on the scene tackling the blaze. Sunday's fire caused the roof of the new wing housing the lower chamber National Assembly to collapse. The roof of the old wing, which dates back to 1884 and houses the upper chamber National Council of Provinces, also partially collapsed. Police have charged a 49-year-old man with arson and other offences including theft, and he was expected to appear in court on Tuesday. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Joao Moutinho struck the only goal 8 minutes from time to give Wolves a deserved victory at Old Trafford and end Ralf Rangnick's unbeaten start as interim Manchester United manager. It also needed a Jose save in the 5th minute of stoppage time to earn Wolves their first Old Trafford win since 1980. Sa turned away a curling free kick from substitute Bruno Fernandes, who had earlier fired against a bar when he should have done better. The visitors controlled the opening half hour and were back on top by the time Moutinho struck, although the goal was unfortunate for central defender Phil Jones, who was one of the United's better performers on his senior return after a near 2 years absence because of injuries. His clearing header fell into the 35-year-old midfielder on the edge of the area, and although Moutinho had not scored since February 2021, he kept his nerve to drive a shot through a packed penalty area and into the bottom corner. Wolves, meanwhile, are now 3 points and 1 place behind Manchester United in 8th. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Nomination of candidates for upper house election today to have political parties to complete for 19 vacant posts. Coalition partners agreed to allocate seats for an election Nepali Congress to get the maximum 3 seats. Nepal Rashtra Bank receives new directive for local levels, forbids from using reserve fund for trade and investment on import. Fire destroys Parliament building in South Africa. Police arrest a man on charge of arson. And Wolves in Manchester United unbeaten start on the Ralf Rangnick. Moutinho scores the winner with 8 minutes to go. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.